Hi, and welcome back to the Millinery Studio. Today I'm going to show you how to make a master oval based on your head measurement, and then we're going to learn to increase it and decrease it. There's a little bit of math, but it's not too difficult, and I give you all of the things you need mathematically in order to do it. So I'll see you at the end of the video. I'm going to show you how to measure your head. You use a measuring tape. You're going to measure your head about halfway between your hairline and your eyebrows, which is where most people wear their hats. You're also going to, I'm going to turn this so you can see, just a little bit above your ears, and the back of your head has a bump on it. And depending on where that bump is, you usually include that unless it's exceedingly high or exceedingly low. But for nearly everybody I've measured over 20 plus years, you include that measurement, and we want to remain horizontal with the floor. So take our measuring tape, and you'd be doing this in a mirror unless you have a friend to help you, and you're going to put it here, and you're going to make sure there's my ear. I've got the bump in the back of my head. There's my other ear. I'm going over my hair because this is, I sometimes hold my hair back, but this is how I wear my hair, and I'm going to pull it really, really tight and go, oh, that's really uncomfortable, and I'm going to loosen, that's really loose. So you're going to get it into a position that's comfortable for you, and you're going to read that mark. And that's your head measurement. This is what we need in order to do this project. You're going to need a pencil sharpener, an eraser. I promise you'll need an eraser. Some tape is always handy to have. You're going to need a ruler. This one is a 46 centimeter ruler. You can do fine with a 30 centimeter ruler. It doesn't have to be metal, just whatever. You're going to need about a meter. This just happens to be ribbon. It doesn't stretch, so a bit of string, a bit of twine, something that will help you make your oval. You need this. And in order to make the oval, you need something like a corkboard. You can use, like this is an old table, so I could hammer little finishing nails in. You're going to need to make 3 little holes. I just happen to have this corkboard, so I use that, and there is some T-pins. Push pins won't work as well, but T-pins will work nicely, but any relatively sturdy straight pin will work. And you're going to need graph paper. I recommend the 4:1 0.4, and it's this kind. Very handy. You don't have to get so much, but you find that you really need this. It's very, very handy to make your shapes easily without using set squares and etc. etc. You also need a roll of paper. It doesn't have to be a roll, you just need some decent sized pieces of paper. It can be newsprint, it can be old wrapping paper, as long as you can write on it easily and you can cut it, you can tape pieces of paper together, anything you need. This is from the IKEA children's section. There's these rolls of paper for around $4, and I find them super handy. I've used this quite a bit. So if you're near an IKEA, excellent thing to have. And last but not least, you will need a math set. Tilt this out of my, there we go. This one is one I've had for many years because from design school. And you don't have to have such a nice one. You can just get a basic one from the supply store, the office supply. I have even seen them in the office section of the pharmacy. So any sort of school supply. What you really need out of it is the compass. This is a fairly large compass. Minimally, you will need a compass that can go 15 centimeters. Better if you can go more. This one has an extender here, so I can go really large. There is a method to do it with a string and a pin, which I'm not going to show you. I'm just going to show you the compass method. So handy to have a compass. Also, because you get a protractor and you get the little set squares and everything in it if you need to. This did not come with all that. But your usual math set comes with all those things, and they're usually not very expensive, and they're really handy to have when you're doing any sort of pattern drawing. Okay, so we are going to draw our head size oval, and this is a little trick for drawing the perfect oval anytime and in any size. Now, we're doing a size 7 or 56 centimeter oval, and we know the radiuses of those ovals. So we know that the long axis of the oval radius is 9.38 centimeters, and we know that the short axis is 8 centimeters. So the first thing we're going to do is we are going to just draw, and I'm going to try to do this nice and firm. Just draw a nice vertical line, and then going to draw a horizontal line. Now, I'm trying to be nice and heavy here, so it might be a little messy. And this is why we have an eraser. I might be a little messy just because I'm trying to make it a bit bigger so you can see. All right, so we know that our short axis is 8 centimeters, and we know that our long axis is 9.38 centimeters. So what we need to do is we need to, on our short axis, go and mark ourselves 8 centimeters. And then here comes the fancy trick. From that point, we're going to put the edge of our ruler on our mark, and we're going to angle our ruler until we cross 9.38 centimeters. So you can see I have 9.38 centimeters right here, and I'm going to put a mark. And we're going to repeat it down here. I wish I could say I learned this in school, but I did not. I learned it a long time ago, and I was refreshed with an online video that I will try and link below. It's not the best quality video, but it's really straightforward, and it's really nice and short. So if you need a little refresher, and you don't want to go digging through this video, I will link it down below. Okay, so what we have is, oh, not move my video. I'm just going to, for illustration purposes, show you that there is a line here. I'm doing it with dashes. There's a line here. That's the measurement. And there is one right here. Now, you don't need to make these pencil lines. This is 9.38 centimeters. I am going to go over just with a marker, just so everybody can see, 8 centimeters. So, what we have here is we have this line is 8 centimeters. This mark is 8 centimeters. We have this line, which was measured and not marked, to this mark, which is 9.38 centimeters. And then we did with our ruler, I'm just doing the dots because you're not needing to draw that, to this mark. Now obviously my marks are kind of fat now because I did it with a marker, but I really wanted you to see. Then what we're going to do is we're going to take our cork board. Of course you can use a piece of wood and some finishing nails. All right, we're going to take one of our pins. And this is why you want a nice sturdy pin. Now I'm going to make sure because I made lots of pin there. And in that first intersection on our long axis, and in that intersection on our long axis. Now we're going to take our string. I have a bit of ribbon here. It's important that it's not that it doesn't stretch. We're going to tie around these 3, just snug, not too tight, just snug. Okay, now that we have it tied decently snug, I'm going to take out the pin that goes for the short axis. I'm going to take a pencil. I'm going to stick it in there. Hopefully you can see that. Oop, a little bit tricky simply because I'm trying to be camera friendly. And we're going to, now the line is very light, oops, which is fine. Simply struggling because I am not left-handed. And I'm just trying to, now, it's difficult to put a lot of pressure on this, but I'm going to go over it. So, that's the technique. I'm going to take the marker and I'm going to show you, and hopefully this will work. Let's get some of these tails out of the way. Just so you can see what I'm talking about. It will not be perfect with the marker because it's a little It's a little fat. It's a little tricky. Okay. Oh, I had a little bit of knot issue there. But we take this away, and hopefully you can see that we've intersected our 8 centimeter mark. Now, take out our pins. Obviously, you are not going to have all this drawing, and it doesn't really matter if you do because you can trace it. Take out our pins, and I'm just going to remove that. It's a bit messy just because I did it with marker, and it does measure properly. When you do it with pencil, mechanical pencil is great if you have one, but a nice sharp pencil will work just fine, as I did on one of my originals. It's just a little tricky to see, and then I went over it with a marker to see. So, I just did the marker on this one to be seen very well. Don't do the marker, just stick with the pencil. So what you're going to do after you've created this is your Master 22. Again, do not use a marker. This is just for demonstration purposes. So what I have done here is I made another oval just in pencil. It's quite a thicker line so you can see, but exactly the same principle was applied. And what I'm going to show you is the increase or decrease technique. Now each size, each centimeter, you go up or down, and it's easiest to, if you're a ½ centimeter, go up. So if you measure 57.5 centimeters, go up to 58. You can make small adjustments to the fit afterwards, but you'll find it much easier working with the rounded numbers. So don't, if you're a half measurement, as I'm sometimes a half measurement, go up to the next size. So what I'm going to show you is it's 1 millimeter added to or decreased from the size 7 for each head size. So if you're going to do, and let's see if I can do this so you can see very well. If you're going to do a single, now my line is quite thick because the line that you will be making is quite light. Don't try to make that line heavier. You want to keep it that thin line. So I'm going to take my ruler and I'm going to mark a millimeter, and you're going to go around your oval about every centimeter, ½ centimeter, whatever is comfortable for you. The closer you are to each mark, the easier it is. And then you're going to take small strokes like this. Make sure your pencil's nice and sharp, and just bring those together. And this little short strokes are a drawing technique. They're very handy to make. I mean, if you have a nice steady hand, you can do a much firmer stroke. Now I'm just going to turn it and then show you, let's say you know you're 3 sizes bigger than the 57. So we go 1, 2, 3. Actually, we'll go even bigger. Let's say you're 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's say you've got a really big, you've got quite a large head. So you have to go ½ centimeter, 5 centimeters bigger than 56, 61 centimeters. I do believe that's 61. I do make that size. It's not a terribly uncommon size. Now I'm doing them really, really close together because a tighter curve can be difficult to draw. So you can see these ones are really close together. And then I'm just going to connect them. I mean, you can just keep marking. Like you can just keep splitting your difference between your marks and have it like that, if you can see that, and then just connect them and obviously go all the way around, and that will give you, and decrease you would be doing on the inside. So if you were one size smaller, a 6 7/8 or a 55 centimeter head, you'd just be doing a 1 millimeter. And I'll put the chart below of your head size. I'll put the chart below of the increases and decreases. So this is just a little smaller. if you have a smaller head, and down you go. Now, the reason why we used this axis measurements, because that's what gives it the oval for a head. Obviously, if we had a shorter, instead of 8 centimeters, it would be a longer oval, but this oval is a nice sort of average size for a head to work with. So I recommend that you make yourself a master copy of the 7. You can leave it in graph paper, just make it as your master copy, make it nice and neat, and then you can make yourself a master copy of your size. You can trace it with some tracing paper. You can remeasure it. If you put 2 pieces of paper together and you can't see through them, you can tape them up to a window and use that like a light box. You can also, if you have a glass table, like a coffee table or a dining room table, you can also put a lamp under the table and light it up from underneath and turn off all the other lights, and it'll act like a light box as well if you don't have a light box. So that is how you make your master size 7, and that's how you decrease and increase depending on what size you're going to need to make. I hope you had a lot of fun today learning how to make a head size oval. It's not too difficult, you just need to follow the steps. Let me know in the comments if you have any questions, or if there's anything else you'd like me to make a video about millinery and how to go about making certain things. I'd be more than happy to make a video for you guys. Please like and comment and share and tell all your friends. That would be really appreciated. And we'll see you in the next video. Bye.